Working with the best music promotion companies in the world can mean that you get the exposure you deserve. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how you can work with these companies and make sure you're avoiding all of the fake ones. You've probably looked into music promotion companies before, because as a musician, you spend so much of your time writing the music, creating it, producing it, that you don't have the time to be marketing it. However, the actual promotion of your music is about 60% of the way to success, because you need that 40% of high quality music. But if you're not promoting it, then it's going to fall onto deaf ears. So finding a music promotion company that specializes in your genre and can get you out to the masses is very important, because if you don't have the skills to do this or you don't have the time, then hiring one of these companies can change your career overnight. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you what these different music promotion companies actually do, how you can spot the fake ones and avoid them, and make sure that you're working with the best music promotion companies in the world. So there are actually 4 different types of music promotion companies out there, and they all specialize in different things. So before anything else, you need to sit back and work out what you want to grow in. So do you want to get more streams on Spotify? Or do you want your followers on social media to grow? Work out what you're currently lacking in your music career, and then you can hire around that. So these 4 different types of music promotion companies are playlist promotion, which gets your track placed on playlists, radio pluggers, who get your track placed on radio, digital marketing agencies, who specialize in social media, so will create content for you and then run ads, and then music PR companies, who get you out to press. Let's start with playlist promotion companies. These companies will get your track and they'll pitch it to playlists to get you more streams. There are many of these companies that are actually fake, because what they will do is they will pay to have your track placed on a playlist, which is against Spotify's terms and conditions. Or that playlist will have bots running through it, so you'll get thousands and thousands and thousands of streams, but they are fake. If any playlist company promises you a set amount of streams, then it's fake. We've had artists placed on some of the top Spotify editorial playlists, and they've had less streams than people that have been placed on user-curated playlists, purely because Spotify's algorithm picked them up naturally and pushed them out to more and more Release Radar and Discover Weekly playlists. There are a handful of playlist promotion companies that are doing it legitimately, and they have the contact, and they are smashing it. So to know whether these companies are legitimate or not, you need to ask them what artists they've worked with, and then look at that artist's about section on Spotify. Look at the playlist they're on. And then once you've done that, you can check if the playlists are fake by using our test. I'll link the video below. It's a really simple test that you do, and you'll be able to see if the streams are legitimate and if the playlist is legitimate. The price for these kind of companies will range massively because it depends on the contacts and how long they're going to be pitching you for. It'll be anywhere between £500 and £2,000. Then you've got radio pluggers. These people obviously just get your track and place it on radio. However, these guys are very, very expensive, because you're not just paying for their time, you're paying for their years of experience, because they've had to spend years getting contacts with these producers and with these presenters. But it can be extremely beneficial, because if they get your track placed on a national radio, you will find not just your streams growing, but your actual fan base growing exponentially. To find the right radio plugger for you, you can do a simple Google search, just searching radio plugger and then your genre. And check out their website, see if they've got their current roster, see if they've got case studies on the website. And if they don't, ask for them. Ask for who they've worked with in the past, what they've achieved for them. And then you can reach out to that artist and ask what they thought of the campaign. The thing with radio pluggers is it can be quite easy for them to lie, because with music PR, they can say, oh, we got a feature for someone in Clash, and then you can look it up online and it's there. But with radio plugging, they can say they've had the track placed on Radio 1, and it's quite hard for you to find proof. So that's why you need to reach out to the artist on their roster and speak with them directly to see what their thoughts were on the actual campaign they did. For a good radio plugger, you'll be paying a minimum of about £1,000. The next type of company that you could work with is a digital marketing agency. These guys are hot right now because these guys specialize in social media marketing. And with over half the population on some form of social media, you need to be smashing your socials. A lot of you can probably do this yourself, because there's a lot of educational material online, on YouTube, in blogs, so you can teach yourself how to create content and then how to promote it. However, a lot of musicians have full-time jobs, so these guys are really useful because they can create the content for you. They can post it and then they can promote it. Again, ask to see past clients, ask to see current clients, and then look into their socials. Don't worry too much about the follow account. Look more into the engagement, because the engagement is the most important thing. You'll be paying anywhere between £500 and £1,500 a month, depending on what they're offering you. Because if they're just creating content and they're not posting it for you, they're not running ads, then it'll be quite cheap. But if they're doing the full marketing campaign on your socials, it can end up being quite expensive, especially if they're offering photographers and videographers. That can end up being around £5,000 a month. The final type of music promotion company out there is music PR companies. There are tons of music promotion companies out there. promising to get you placed on massive, high readership blogs. So you need to be very careful with these companies. You need to work out whether they're legitimate or not. Music publicists cannot promise you whether they're going to get your track placed on a blog or not, just because it's so speculative. So that can make a musician quite vulnerable, because they don't actually know what emails are being sent and then what the journalist is replying. However, the best way to work out whether a music PR company is legitimate or not is to look at their roster and look at their case studies. A lot of music PR companies will have case studies on their website so you can read through what they've done with each artist. But if they don't, make sure to ask them, make sure to see their current roster, their past roster, and then look into those artists, search them on Google and see what kind of press they've had. Don't get pulled in by logos on their website and massive artists that they've worked with in the past, because it's not going to benefit you if they worked with the Kinks 50 years ago. You want proof that they specialize in your genre and an artist of your size. So like all the other companies, you should reach out to the artists on their roster. Just drop them a line on Facebook or Instagram and ask them what they thought of the campaign and what they think of the company. Music PR companies charge anything between £500 to £1,000 a month. There are some agencies out there that offer all of these in one. At Burstimo, we do this. We offer full 360 campaigns for artists, and there are a lot of agencies that do this. They'll call it label services because it's very similar to what a label offers. So if you have the budget, or if you want to focus on all of the areas in one because you want to grow quickly, then you could look into one of these 360 campaigns. So now you know what each of these companies do, what they specialize in, how much they cost. But what's the next step? Well, you need to submit to these agencies. You need to send them an email or fill in the form on their website to make sure that they'll take you on. A lot of artists believe that when they submit to these agencies, they should immediately get a reply and just start a campaign. However, a lot of agencies actually don't reply to a lot of inquiries, because if they're a good music promotion company, they'll be getting a lot of inquiries, and it may take a while for them to go through them, and they shouldn't be taking every single submission. So you want to work with the best ones in the world, so you actually need to pitch to them. So firstly, you need to give them an upcoming release. They will want to work a release that isn't out yet, so they can push it before release, but also after. So upload your upcoming release to SoundCloud as a private link, so it's so easy for them to stream. And then you need to explain yourself. Properly pitch to them by saying your previous successes, what you want to do in the future, what you want to achieve with them, and why you're different to every other artist. If you put basically no time into your inquiry, it will be obvious to the company, and they'll know that you're not that serious. If you pitch correctly to these places, they will reply to your email and they will want to work with you. But before moving forward, you need to make sure you have those case studies, you've spoken to the artists they've worked with, you've asked them about pricing and how you should pay. With this one, make sure you're not paying them all at once, because that can be a little bit of a worry. Ask to pay maybe 50% upfront and 50% halfway through. Also ask them how you'll be kept updated with the release. You want to know what's happening in the campaign, so see if they send weekly, bi-weekly, monthly reports, and if they don't, ask them how you'll be communicating. The final thing you need to ask these companies to make sure you've got the best music promotion company on your side is if they like the music. This sounds so ridiculous because surely a music promotion company isn't going to work with you if they don't like the music. But you would be so surprised. There are companies out there that take every single artist just for the money. And you don't want this. You don't want to hand over money and then you never speak to these people again. You want someone that is as dedicated for the music as you are. So look at their roster, see if you fit it, see if you have a similar style to all their other artists. And also ask them what they like about the song, what they think of it. Because if someone hasn't even listened to your song, you will be able to tell. There are a lot of fake companies out there. So I really hope this video has helped you work out which ones are fake and how you can avoid them, but also how to find that perfect company for you. But if you have any questions about this, make sure to drop a comment below and we'll answer them all. If you don't have the money for these companies, that's completely fine. You can do it yourself. We hope that these YouTube videos, our blog, our Instagram account, which has daily music marketing tips, will mean that you guys can do it all yourself and absolutely smash it. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, hit that like button. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe, turn on that bell, and we'll be back soon with more music marketing advice.